is cooking.
What is up, everybody? It is the Wrestling Word, and I believe I might have a guest here with me. The final boss. The right one to do the eyebrow there. Check him out. If you smell out the rock is cooking. Welcome to the Wrestling Word. This is the August show. I hope you guys are well. It's good to be back here. I'm getting a little bit of a late start this month. Oop, I ended the music too early. I'm getting a little bit of a late start this month. I was kind of wanting to keep them right at the beginning of the month, like I did last month, but it's all gravy, baby. It's all gravy. We'll catch them again here. Maybe we'll do an early one at the end of August for... No, we can't do that. Maybe we'll catch up. I know I've missed some here and there. My name's Chris. Welcome to the Wrestling Word. I'm sorry for all the clutter behind me, Target boxes. This is my collectible room. We're going to get it in order. It's going to be looking so spectacular really soon. Welcome on in, guys. Today we're sponsored by Dr. Pepper Zero Shug. That's right, baby. That's right. How is everybody? Hope you guys are well. We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff today. Speaking of more boxes, I have a Target box here to open. And I've got their competitor. I got a Walmart box here to open too. I got some magazines from PWI, which we got to catch up on. I got some figs. And the main event of today's program, this show has literally been a year and a half, because I got these in March of 2025 in the making. AEW Allure cards from 2025. This box is going to be opened today. Finally, this box is going to be open. It's only fitting. And of course, I saw this guy. He had to help kick us off. Someone that reminds me a lot of a modern day Rock, or at least he's attempting. That is Mr. Ricky Saints. I like this angle better. I hope you guys do too. Rather than pointing up like that. Like the last one. This is good. My phone stand's working good. Ricky Saints here. Bounce. I don't even know how his NXT... we got some Jacob Fye too, keeping it going. I don't even know how his NXT debut... I didn't watch him on NXT. I didn't watch his debut. Nothing. I hope someday I can go back and watch like 3 years of NXT and catch up. Well, probably 4 at this point, but not happened yet. And I haven't seen him on the main roster because I haven't been able to watch SmackDown. So this was just in the grab bag. I hope everybody got to watch the video live from the NXT event in Corbin. That was a lot of fun. I got this in that grab bag. $40 for 6 shirts. Like, come on, what? Mama's got a Joe Hendry and a Javon Evans shirt. I got the Ricky Starks Saints. Ricky Starks sounds way better. That was his original name. Ricky Saints now. And I like the yellow. Kind of Lion King-esque. Anyway, I hope you guys are good. We'll come back to Jacob here in a little bit. I'm going to get right into it, guys. I'm going to do some reviewing. Again, my name's Chris. This is The Wrestling Word. And thanks for joining me here. We got a lot to cover, a lot to talk about. Hopefully we won't take up too much of your time. As long as we keep these shows on a monthly basis, we should be good. So that's my plan anyway. I'm going to start the show off. As always, if you want to, probably if you're seeing this, I'm doing things a little different. If you're seeing this on social media, on any of my channels, I'm just going to skip right to the last 10 minutes of the unboxing and post that. So if you're watching this, you're probably seeing it on YouTube, which is the only way to see the full video. We do have some storms in the background. So I love it, man. I love storms. And kind of hearing the thunder outside, it's awesome. So if we lose power or whatever, that's what's up. We'll do it in the dark, I guess. But anyway, we got a lot to talk about. Yep. Speaking of thunder, there's your some right there. I love it, man. Got a lot to talk about, and we're going to get right into it. But again, if you want to skip ahead, if you're watching this on YouTube, you want to skip ahead to the unboxing part of the video, I'm going to talk for at least a good half hour, I would say, about everything I've watched, everything news and wrestling, rumors, all that. Kind of a speed run, but if you want to skip ahead to the unboxing, you're more than welcome to. I don't have as much to talk about today, so that's a good thing. But we are going to get right into the news of wrestling right now. Since we were here last, which would have been July 1st, so about a month and a half now, Ken Patera broke his neck in the gym. Well wishes to him. I hope he's doing okay. Brian Cage online blowing Tony Khan's trumpet. Oh, Brian Cage. He's just happy to be there, man. I got to say, though, Brian Cage, I have spoken to his wife, Melissa Santos. I actually sent her my music, which is so random, but I did. She liked it, or at least she lied to me about liking it. Very nice. So shout out to her. I'm sure Brian Cage is a cool dude, too. I wish he was in TNA, though, because I think he could do more. But Mike Santana was officially a free agent. He is now, as we know, on NXT. We'll talk about more about that here possibly later. I have tried to get back into NXT. I'll tell you more about that in a little bit. Eric Young gone from TNA. That was a big shocker to me. They really must be falling apart there. I haven't watched TNA since March, so we don't have a lot of news as far as reviews on it. But that's definitely shocking. And then the rumor is he might be going back to WWE, which is wild, considering how it kind of went down. But I guess he was there in the beginning, with Triple H's run. Where can I sit? Can you guys see him back there? No. It's falling down into the box. There we go. Rocky's kind of on my shoulder there, telling you guys what's up. So that'll be interesting. Sanity. Would love to see Sanity back. That's something that, why not? Look how many times they, pushed and pushed and pushed on the Wyatts. Why not bring back Sanity at this point? Tony Khan striking again with the stupid never challenge for the title again with Omega now. Of course, I haven't watched AEW either. I'm way behind. I'm not a real wrestling fan, as you guys can see. Adam Page, I don't think has ever been back since he said he was never going to challenge for the title. And again, this is just stuff I read. I haven't been able to really consistently watch these shows with TNA or AEW. I hope that can change soon. JR falling after Double or Nothing and just got out of the hospital. As far as I know, well wishes to him. I just saw where he's out and doing good, so that's good news. Brock Lesnar feuding with Braun Breaker after SummerSlam. That was a thought. Of course, that has changed. Brock Lesnar is retired, supposedly. Talk more about that in a little bit, too. Is MLW refusing to let Bishop Dyer go? If so, always a bad idea. It looks like they're working together. That's the latest news. Of course, I keep this news on a running thing from when we last left, so I just pick right off. But it looks like they're working together, which is interesting. The Nomad, Baron Corbin, Bishop Dyer. Eric Bischoff says managers are a waste. That's so weird to hear that. I don't think they're a waste at all, Eric. I really like Eric Bischoff, so it's weird to disagree with him. But some things got to disagree with. The Vision, I guess they're a waste if, you're wanting every wrestler, every star to be well-rounded, but I don't know. The Vision ending talked about a cursed group that just never took off. It looks like that has happened. I'm even behind on Monday Night Raw, y'all. I got to catch up. But it looks like that has happened, or at least the seeds have been planted for that. Mick Foley ending his Legends deal with WWE, big deal. Who cares, really, at this point? Honestly, they've made enough action figures of him, so what else do you need? He's off the AEW, doing whatever there now. I don't know. Megan Bain, WWE has interest in. I totally can see that. Got to wonder if Jelly Nutella will follow her around as Cornette calls. Thought of Conan after talking on Marty and Buff a while back. Both of them losing their legs or feet, I think. I don't know if Marty Jannetty has lost his I don't know if his foot or his leg. Sad, man. All this happening now. Conan too. Sad. Sheamus leaving WWE. The rumor is he wanted a Grand Slam championship. Didn't work out. Wanted the Intercontinental title. That was a rumor. He since said he feels completely fulfilled. Will we see Sheamus in AEW along with New Day, which is supposedly the big rumor here lately? Any time for them. Their debut is imminent. We'll see. Jake Roberts has left AEW. I'm like going back and forth here. He, of course, does have a Legends deal. Still trying to get his LJN figure, that re-release. Jake Roberts, man, what a cool character. I don't know about the dude, but what a cool character. Jey Uso finally getting a divorce, and doesn't this just suck for all involved? Man, does it affect Jada Parker and Jey Uso negatively, at least for me? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Everybody's life is their own personal business, but on the outside looking in, it looks bad. It sucks. Definitely going to put a damper on Jada Parker's career, which I don't know nothing. I don't know anything about her. She was not in Corbin when I saw NXT live. If you missed that video, by the way, go back and watch it. We literally did like a little unbagging there of the mystery bag, and then a little bit of the bleed over into NXT, so into the live show. So it was a lot of fun. Jeff Jarrett buying TNA, wouldn't that be poetic justice? Yeah, we're going to talk more about that. I don't know if that's going to happen, but that was a rumor that was talked about. I do want to talk about Dark Side of the Ring here in a little while. We'll talk about that because lo and behold, I did end up getting to watch the TNA, a little bit of Dark Side of the Ring. So Karen, the whole thing with Karen Jarrett really affected him negatively for me. You know, I put that in here before actually watching the Dark Side of the Ring episodes about him, and I think I still feel that way. What do you guys think? Let me know if you're watching. Richard Holiday to WWE. That was a potential big rumor. Heck yeah, man. Richard Holiday would be a great get for him. Dakota Kai faked the ACL injury and bullied Shayna Baszler. That's hard to believe. But where have I been? You know, I don't know. That was a rumor. Again, another rumor since we last were on here. If Queen Aminata is available, WWE should jump on it. She shines compared to most in AEW. Absolutely. Chick's a star, man. I really believe that. WWE had no interest in Jack Perry, and honestly, I don't blame them. As much as I like the Jungle Boy character, dude just seems like more trouble than he's worth. While his adversary Punk may be trouble, but he may also be worth it too. So there's that. Mahabali Shira in Power Slap and knocks out Jake Hager. Speaking of Jake Hager, I'll have something from him on the next show. It's not here yet, but I'll have something from him on the next show. That's looking forward to that. Knocked him out. Dumb sport, but in my opinion, but I guess he's good at it. So, you know. Maple Leaf Pro teaming up with AEW. This is probably a good get, no matter what, rounding out AEW's programming on, I guess they have like a streaming channel now too, or My AEW. I don't know. Not looked into it, but seems like a good idea. Baron Corbin, again, he is back in WWE. That was kind of a shocker to a lot of people, and not really a pleasant surprise to a lot of people. A lot of people kind of upset. Sheamus gone, New Day gone, but here comes Baron Corbin back. I was a fan of Baron Corbin, so regardless if he took less money or whatever the issue is that people have with him, dude, you know, who wouldn't want to work in WWE if you're a wrestler? I mean, come on, come on. Even if he took less money, I mean, you can't fault somebody for wanting to live their dream, right? No Enzo now. If it's just Cass, this will be a mistake. Mark my words. I have not seen Cass's debut or re-debut on WWE, but I have seen that there is no Enzo Amore with him. I don't see much happening for Cass. Speaking of, as Ricky Ricky Stark's Saints partner. I just don't see much happening there. I don't know. It's not that he's not good. It's just that he's a lot better with Enzo Amore. When Sami Zayn asked to take a pay cut? That was also a swirling rumor. Of course, Sami Zayn getting a nice little compensation for that with the title. But again, you can't fault somebody for wanting to live their dream, if that is the case. AJ Styles says to buy a company in Japan for WWE. Why not? I mean, they've done it in Mexico. I think it'd be a great idea with the AAA thing. Moose leaving TNA now, too. How much longer until Eddie Edwards? He's like the last one, the last guy in TNA at this point. I don't know if Moose has left or if that's just a rumor, but I did read about that. Mia Yim and Keith Lee no longer together. That's a sad story to hear. But, you know. Motor City Machine Guns had a cryptic post. They have since debuted in AEW. I've not seen that. However, I did see rumors today that they haven't been seen since their debut. Again, I'm not a fanboy of any company. I watch wrestling my whole life. I love it all. What do you expect from Tony Khan? More of the same. Sami Callihan has joined AEW to produce, or at least was there for one night. Okay. I don't know. I don't see much value in Sami Callihan, at least in the ring, but maybe in the back, you know, there's plenty. I know he does promote shows and things like that. So AEW and WWE going head-to-head someday the same day in the same city. That's interesting. I don't see it working out good for AEW. That is the When Worlds Collide event. They've even added CM Punk or plan to. Yeah, that could be bad. Sinner and Saint gone from TNA. We hardly knew you. There they go. Pull a corny line. BS interim champion here. Stuff happening at WWE now with Rhea Ripley. And yeah, Chelsea Green wins the title, the interim belt. I don't get the interim thing. I don't. I just leave out the whole interim and just let them claim they're the champion until the actual champion comes back. Why give them a title for it not to be a real title? Bad move from WWE copying off from AEW with that. If they did it first, I don't know. That's where I first heard about it. Is Baron Corbin actually still Bishop Dyer? I don't know. I don't know what I meant by that. Who knows? Nick Aldis wrestling Gunther. I did hear some good stuff about that at SummerSlam. We'll talk about that more here in a little bit. Sammy Guevara leaving AEW. That's a big rumor. I don't know. He might be more trouble than he's worth, same as Jack Perry and coming to WWE. But he is a talented dude. I'll give him that. Janelle Grant dismissed Vince back to TV. That was also a rumor. Doesn't look like that's going to happen as much as we would like to just see a one-off. Probably not good for Vince to be like involved heavily. John Cena on Unreal saying it was his idea to tap out to Gunther as the hero who gave up, which was a bad idea, in my opinion, and in a lot of people's opinions. Why doesn't this show get in the real meat of the matter about the failed heel turn and how Rock was involved, or does it? I don't know. Rocky, you messed up making that call with John Cena turning heel. I just got to tell you. That's all he has to say. Almost, you got to wonder if there's some like, and this is just me throwing this out there, some like bitterness with The Rock and Cena, you know? Is that why he done that to Cena? I don't know. Good Dr. Pepper, though. It's been out all day and still good. Where else was I here? Okay, Mike Santana debuting for NXT. Yes, we did briefly talk about that. Santos Escobar is going to prove Nick and Paul wrong. Well, Santos, why haven't you ever? Is the question, if you were going to now. Victoria Crawford gone from TNA or Alicia Fox. You know, I don't know. What can you say? Leo Rush defending Hulk Hogan after his death definitely earned my respect. Very cool to hear. And this dude was somebody that everybody had a problem with in WWE. So sounds like his head's in the right place. Jessica Havoc is a racist. That's the first time I'd heard that or read about. I knew there was something weird I didn't like about her though. Speaking of supposed racist, Jessica Havoc now is one as well. Glad to see Grayson Waller making waves on NXT again since the main rosters have never known what to do with him. I'm definitely, dude, Grayson Waller, I think I talked about this last time I was on. Grayson Waller, just so good, dude. So good at NXT. Such a good talker. Good wrestler. Good finisher. Good look. I mean, what are they doing over there? I don't know. TNA clapping back. Hope they all know it's kayfabe in case he ever needs a job. Of course, this is referencing Grayson Waller's promo about them. Obviously, it had to be cleared with them if they got this. But the wrestlers sure took it personal, didn't they? Rusev just leaves after losing to Jafan. I don't know what the history or the story on that was. Rusev taking the finish. Sorry, guys. Nose itching here. Rusev taking the finish and just walking on out. That was interesting. Got to wonder if he's happy. Speaking of people that are not happy, supposedly, Braun Breaker and Dominic Mysterio, two of their big rising stars, not happy with the creative direction. I don't know, man. I think I'd be trying to hang on to them if I were WWE. Those are the people, unlike Mick Foley, unlike New Day, unlike Sheamus, those are the people who could really make an impact long-term at another company. So I'd be trying to appease them in some way. Not kiss up to them, but, you know, hey, man, I'd be trying to make them happy, you know, at least. So Max Caster leaving AEW, it's about time, if that's the case. Dude kind of has that Enzo Amore feel about him, though. I don't know if WWE would pick up on him. Of course, they've used him in the past, the whole Lashley sister angle, but yeah, we'll see. Mara Sade, I don't know if I'm saying that right, and Jody Threat gone from TNA. I don't know, just more people going from TNA. I really wasn't a fan of Jody Threat. Mara Sade, I was, even though I'm not probably saying her name right. Congrats to Bianca and Tez on the full-headed baby. Man, that baby had the darkest, fullest hair. So cute. Cutest little toes, too. That's what I loved about my little guy, just seeing those little feet. Brock officially retires. More SummerSlam news. Okay, I guess we'll talk about it. Why not? The whole thing with Brock Lesnar, I have not watched SummerSlam. I've not watched the past 3 PLEs. Turns out I do have ESPN Plus again now. So, broke down, got Hulu Live. It comes with ESPN. So at least for now, that's the plan, is to go back and catch up on the ones that I have missed. I'll let y'all know as I work through those. But Brock Lesnar, that whole story with him, that angle was all screwed up. That was like the screwed up angle of 2026. If John Cena's heel turn was the screwed up angle of 2025, I don't know if you could have made it right. WrestleMania was the perfect time just to let it go. And if you weren't going to let it go at WrestleMania, why do all the extra stuff at the end? But either way, he's gone now. He comes on Pat McAfee's show, says he's good. Obafemi gives him all the respect in the back. Yada, yada. He got the payday. He got to do his last match in Minnesota. All is good. Someone who is starting their career, or at least for the first time in WWE, this is literally the 2 things I remember reading about SummerSlam, other than Chelsea Green, and Kevin Owens returning, which that was the one thing I was like, man, I missed it. But that and Chelsea Green's, I'm not a big Chelsea Green fan, but I mean, she's all right. But her winning and Kevin Owens coming back, that was 2 big surprises. Nick Aldis, everyone said, had the match of the whole weekend with Gunther. I love that, man. That's so cool. And then he comes out to Oasis. I'm definitely looking forward to watching that when I do watch SummerSlam. So I'll let you know when I do go back and watch those. Of course, I'll review them here too. So whenever that comes, I've got so much on my plate, so little time. Bischoff came up with Shorty G. That's interesting. I guess Bischoff was doing some work behind the scenes. We didn't know it. Seems like a Vince thing, but okay. Jim Ross is done with AEW potentially. We'll see if that pans out. What more can he do though? Jim Ross, just a legend, dude. Wesley Blake back wrestling on NXT again. Blast from the past there. I knew he was doing some training. Might have just been a one-off. Avery Styles. This has been a huge one here lately, not paying dues in Game Changer Wrestling. It's been a hot button issue. A lot of people going back and forth. And he actually wrestled in Knoxville, not too far from me, with the Good Brothers. I think that was in Knoxville. Pretty sure it was in Knoxville. I don't know, man. I get it. AJ Styles is your dad. Okay. You know, I get it. They did their little picture with the NXT people. Aaliyah Mysterio now in the mix down there. Lexus King, Brian Pillman Jr., some others. I get it. But you can't ride off your parents' coattails. If everyone else is out there setting up the chairs, if everyone else is doing it, he probably should have done it, you know? I mean, it's just part of it, dude. It's tradition. It's earning your way. I mean, you've already got the last name. That's already going to catapult you high. But then you're also not going to pay any dues with it. And then you put up a post or you're a part of a post. We already set up the effing chairs. Nah, man. I don't know about all that. Maybe it could have been ironed out in private better or whatever, but I don't know. Still don't agree with it. Scott Steiner's son is on his way, supposedly. I mentioned this to the Steiners when I met him last year at Anime Fest, WrestleFest in Chattanooga. I said, when's your son coming, Scott, to WWE? He said, well, he's in school, yada, yada. He wasn't that friendly about it, but he did say, he's doing his college thing. He's doing football or whatever after he's done with that. Well, it looks like that door has opened. And I even mentioned it to Rick, who was exceptionally nice. Nicest big name I've met. And I've met a few. Him and Ricky Morton, top-notch dudes. Both of those guys. Even more so Ricky. But Tommy Rich was great when I was young. But out of the people I've met, that's been the names that stand out. I said, what about a new Steiner Brothers? Braun, Scott's son, wouldn't that be cool? We'll see. And they even said that. We'll see. Maybe that's the calling card there. Brie Bella and Chelsea Green both being injured, supposedly by Fatal Influence. I haven't seen Fatal Influence at all, but I do know that I have seen their leader, and I don't even remember her name. I really don't remember her name, but I'm not a fan. She was in Toxic Attraction. JC Jane, there it is. I'm not a fan. And I really wasn't much of a fan of Fallon Henley, and I don't know the other chick, so I don't know. We'll see. One Bella comes back, the other Bella leaves. Bailey Dunn, that's another hot button issue. Is she swerving us, though? Or will she join New Day and Sheamus and AEW? Honestly, if I'm WWE, I guess Bailey would be the one to keep out of those three. As much as I like Xavier Woods, as much as I like Sheamus, Kofi's all right too. Bailey, there's just not enough women. But at the same time, what else can she do, man? I say it's time, but we'll see. How did I not know Dean Malenko's daughter wrestles? Oh, yeah, she was in the, we've already set the effing chairs up as well. Is she really wanted to talk? I mean, Avery Styles kind of makes sense with his dad's name. You could make the argument for definitely the Mysterio name and maybe the Pillman name too. I hate to say that, but maybe. But Dean Malenko is great, man, but I don't know. I don't know if you gotta, I don't know. So I did finally get back to watching. I mentioned that I have Hulu Plus, so now I'm going to be able to regularly watch SmackDown again. rather than on Peacock a month later. So that's kind of been a detractor there. I also am able to watch NXT because I got an antenna, not because it's on CW's not on. Anytime I've tried to start watching it, because I can't record it, so I have to watch it when it's live, like the old days. Anytime I've tried to watch it, I've either come home too late and just caught like the tail end of it. Hopefully I'm going to go back and be able to actually review, but I did watch this week more of the show than I have been. We had storms. It knocked it out. Knocked out the antenna. Sorry, guys. It knocked out the antenna. So I literally did not get to see the main event, which was Grayson Waller and Mike Santana. At the end of that, Zilla Fatu debuts, which is awesome. I think it was kind of expected. People wondered about the thing with him and Booker T, how that would go. Seemed like it went fine. Zilla Fatu's here, man. Umaga's son, he showed a lot of promise. I loved the hip clap when he did the splash. Another bloodline, another member of the family. We'll see. Some of the latest news I read was Jinder Mahal saying turn Oba heel, and I think I agree with him. Does he go with Heyman though or not? I don't know. That may be too. I guess he could do like the Roman and Brock thing, but it would feel like they're kind of doing the same thing again. But if you wanted to make him heel, I don't know. I think that could be the direction. Jinder Mahal may be onto something. It might just be, obvious booking too. I don't know. We'll see. All right, guys. That's all the news. I told you I'm a long talker. Long-winded here. You wouldn't think that because I'm a girthy guy, but I'm a long talker. We're going to talk about Monday Night Raw. And let me see here. This is... Okay. $6.22. Okay. I'm just trying to see where I would have last. Okay, well. 6:22, 6:22, 6:29. Sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to figure out. Okay, so this must have been from last year. I'm still reviewing Raw from last year, by the way. But I'm also reviewing Raw currently. So it's going to be split. I'll let you guys know. Anyway, long story short, Raw, June 22nd of 2025. Taz getting the water out of his ears. I don't know what the heck that means, but I wrote it down. Crowd is wanting main eventers here. Street Profits win the tag titles, but it doesn't really even matter anymore. Hope so. June 29th of 2025. Brock admitting he doesn't watch the show Pop Me. Oba gives up his title shot at SummerSlam. So this must be this year. Maybe this is this year. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah. June 29th, Brock admitting he doesn't watch the show Pop Me. Oba gives his title shot at SummerSlam to Hell in a Cell. EO fights Liv in the end anyway. Really, what was the point of the King of the Ring? How cool is Dom's La Parka shirt, though? The vision cracking already seems inevitable, though, but now what? We got to wonder. We got a daddy long legs crawling around here. Let me get this guy up. I don't want to hurt him. I don't know where he went. All right. Anyway, I don't know. We got him. It's a basement. What are you going to do? Poor old Ethan Page, not even getting an entrance here. Are things going to work out for him? Still too early to tell. Guess we'll see. I don't know how Ricky Saints is doing, but Ethan Page seems to be floundering here on Raw. Joe Hendry is back. Must mean Logan Paul is close. I really hope it works out for old Joe Hendry, too. I'm telling you, the NXT call-ups, man, they're having it rough, it seems like, lately. Man, can Taz dance or what? Oh, Tez. That's not Taz. Tez getting the water out of his ears because he was doing this. I remember now. Yeah, Tez can dance or what? Or Henry is just going to feud with Theory, and oh boy, I don't know if it's looking good for Henry either, or Theory. Controversial, I know, but Io Sky is just phony to me. Cool to see a draw sign. So Nick Aldis is finally going to wrestle in WWE. Again, long overdue for that. Is Lyra Nikki Cross now? That's the question. Chad Gable's new entrance feels awkward for him, and I just don't know if it's going to work. Green shirt guy on the Ozempic, as Joyce said, and hey, I ain't hating on that. Sure ain't hating. Ozempic, man, all the way. Here we go once again with Seth and Roman. If this wasn't beat to death, it wouldn't be so bad here with the 1,001 times they fought and had storylines, but this seems like the most honest one, so I guess we'll see. If it leads to the last time we have to hear about the Shield like they were the best thing ever, I'd be grateful for it. Of course, this is the lead up to SummerSlam, so yeah, this is from this year. And that's the last time. Okay, so that's current. That's current Raw right there. That's current Raw. That's the last episode that I stopped on. It was right before SummerSlam. Now let's go back in time to last year, July 6th of 2025. Sorry for being so confusing, guys. Seth already dragging the electric start to the show after the pay-per-view with a long promo. LA Knight out here firing on all the right shots against Seth and Roman. This was good stuff. Austin Theory seems to be losing the ball again. Hoping Triple H doesn't turn into Vinnie Mac with the repeat matches, but I guess this match had its place. Maxine Dupree. I'm sorry, y'all. Fudge. This is still 2026. I'll tell you when it's 2025. Somebody's watching this. Y'all, whoever, nobody try to make any sense, man, because it only makes sense up here to me. So just listen to my thoughts, okay, would you? I don't write this for nothing other than to sit on YouTube and talk to myself. You know, what can I say? You know, it's entertainment. Maxine Dupree has to make her real husband, Anthony Luke, or Cam Hendricks, unhappy as Austin Theory officially levels up to her from Heyman. I guess it served its purpose. They got the titles back. We'll see. That was on July 6th of this year. Now we're going to travel back in time to August 11th of 2025. How funny but cool at the same time does Bronson Reed look with the Jordans hanging around his neck? LA Knight ZZZ sign pop me even if I like him. Punk and Knight working well together here and having fun. August 18th. Again, just kind of dropping some thoughts about these episodes that I've watched going back. Just a golden segment here with Rollins saying Oos had caught all the Steiner fat aces, and Heyman saying Dreamer is the late great even though he's not dead yet. Just chef's kiss. Dom Con, AJ, and Old Bat. Raw debut on Mr. Iguana, and why'd they cool on him so quick that he cost himself by talking too much? He's coming out with a figure, and I wanted it. I really, really wanted this figure. It's $55, though. It's made to order on Mattel Creations. By the time it gets to you, it's $70 almost with shipping. I can't do that for a figure. I got a family. Come on now. So anyway, just letting y'all know. I think it's got like a day left, so don't miss out on that if you want it. Funny watching him here, though. The crowd didn't seem to know what to make of him. And Layeska. I think I'm saying that right. Funny to hear Cole tell Graves to get their phones, as I've always wondered about that once tables start breaking. So obviously a human reaction, which is always nice to see. Here's Vikingo, just waiting on this dude to break out, as I've always been a fan. Sucks he's not been able to seemingly stay healthy, though. Does Becky Lynch's character remind anyone else a little bit of Donald Trump? A little, maybe, no, I don't know. Have I mentioned how much Becky's theme has grown on me? It sucked to not hear her OG at first, but this is good stuff. Natalya looking better than ever. Even if she has maybe one of the worst laughs I've ever heard, I at least like the way she did the Naomi pregnancy announcement here with a bit of a swerve. Is it just me, or does Adam Pearce just seem like a huge overacting tool? Like sometimes it's bearable, but man, does he know how to overdo it too. And then the crowd chants, thank you, Uso, for getting Naomi off TV for a while. At least that's how I meant it. That's why I was thinking Uso. Cool to see Jey Uso paying homage to one of the favorites in New Jack. One of my favorites in New Jack. Speaking of, his defining moments figure is sick too. If I didn't already have some New Jack figures, I'd be on that one. It's got the staple gun. It's cool. Braun coming down with a crazy hit on the shopping cart. Shopping cart of weapons still cracks me up to see the ads on the table. Braun with a cool drop with the trash can on the table onto Oos. Knight with the softest table bump I've ever seen. What a chaotic ending to a great Raw in Philly. That was a great show. August 25th here. Waller taking a heck of a kick to the face here from Penta. Grayson carrying Woods out here. Pop me. Becky Lynch going on about the UK was good stuff, especially holding down the Irish and the Aussie comment. Am I remembering wrong, or did that cause some controversy when it was said? I think it did. Jackie Redmond has easily become my favorite announcer here. Punk and Knight's interactions and back and forth just continues to shine. Have I said before how phony I think EO is? I think I just said that in this episode. She's talented, but she's phony. Cole name drops Ash by Elegance here, which was weird. Old Brawny Boy getting all the whistles on here. September 1st. Now we're catching up, almost done. Rollins cosplayer is cracking me up. He's spot on. Too many Braun Bronsons for Jay to keep up with. Breaker matching up to LA's Yaz. LA's Yaz. Grayson really stomping a fan's phone. How cool is the Cerro Miedo chant in Paris? Where in the world have the War Raiders been hiding? Down in Mexico, right? Then they're gone again. Cool. Raw's war shirts, though. War Raiders joining in with Penn on the dance. Absolutely awesome to see how this crowd is loving AJ from singing his amazing tune, which I'm surprised hasn't happened more over the years to the singing tribute to him. This is great to see. Well-deserved. Almost like they knew he was almost done. I do miss old AJ Styles, even if I disagree about his son. Cool name, though. Avery. That's a cool name. Whoever thought up Dominic doing the mustache and eyebrow thing, he's like, adds to his character so well. Just props to him. It's hard to argue the similarities with him and Eddie already. Punk getting a similar reaction, not even close to Styles here in Paris. Entertaining stuff from Punk and Becky, along with Seth, with Punk hitting some good zingers. The yeet and yeah back and forth between Jay and Knight has been good stuff on this episode. And then finally, I think, was that the last one, the Paris episode? Yeah, because I'm on the 8th now. So yeah, that's where I'm at now. Hopefully we'll get caught up on Raw, because I'm only behind up until John Cena's last match on Saturday night's main event with Gunther. So we're coming up quick on that. Not quick, but we're coming up on it. Now, the only other wrestling I am watching regularly, trying to catch up on, is MLW. So we'll talk about that. The Fusion 2-hour premiere that happened a couple months ago. This one not as far back. Coolest theme in wrestling right now, in all honesty, and it's like an in-house produced one, I'm sure. How great it is to see that MLW isn't catering to anyone, just doing their own thing, besides maybe Paul Walter Hauser, at least, or was. Shotzi versus Priscilla Kelly, too. Let's give it a shot. See if it's any better than last time. Looks like it wasn't. Aaliyah James, first look here, and Scarlett shining, per usual, with all of her assets there. Excited for Trevor Lee, Austin Aries. That was a great one. Trevor shining already here. Austin Aries, again on the mic, just chef's kiss. Mwah. Diego Hill out here doing his own. Yeet, run it back. First look at Zamaya and Carolina Cruz. Seems like I'd remember both of them if I'd seen them before. And then Fusion, the June 6th episode. Ain't it hard to not like Killer Cross and Scarlett? They're just awesome. Man, have I mentioned how much I love Fusion's theme, that it's my favorite in wrestling these days. I did just 2 minutes ago. I have to say I like Tom Lawler much better now than I used to. Sad his career was seemingly cut short, though, after reading about his injuries. Wonder if WWE ever kicks themselves for letting Mystico go. Either way, still a cooler name, but could Sin Cara have been if given the chance? Because I'm sure a fan of his ever since. If you could make any of that out, I don't know. Austin Aries throwing out signed tortillas is just such good stuff, as Vinny would say. Some would say not, as a case in something we just saw recently. First time seeing, or maybe first time in a long time. One of the only times seeing a wrestler accidentally throwing a chair at an announcer like Dyer did on Tom Lawler. Brought back the Nigel McGuinness and whoever it was thing from AEW. And then the Skyscrapers playing to the crowd as heels perfectly here. Good to see. If you haven't watched MLW, it's on YouTube. I suggest checking it out. It's one of the ones that I'm following right now. That and WWE. I'm sorry, guys. I need to do the Dom. Get that mustache out. All right. And I do post stuff from MLW on my socials from time to time as well. So we are going to talk about AEW. They're in our main event today with the Allure unboxing. Just briefly, I have gone back to watch AEW. I am at Forbidden Door 2025. I have not finished Forbidden Door, so I think I'm going to skip that part of the show since I've not finished it. So we'll talk about that again later on the next one. I did, however, watch Dark Side of the Ring. So let's talk about that, the TNA episodes. That is another cool thing with Hulu Plus. I'm now able to watch the A&E shows. You don't get AMC though on Hulu, so no TNA right now. We'll see if I pick back up on TNA. We'll see. Maybe in the future. Might be a while, but we'll see. I'll still cover news from them. TNA. Let's talk about it. Developed a real appreciation for TNA, especially the early years. Wild story about Jerry Jarrett being on WWE.com with Vladimir Kozlov. I barely remember that. Barely. I don't even know if I do. It seems familiar, though. Fascinating story. Incredibly sad about Jeff's wife and the fact it lined up with Owen's death. Oh, here's the daddy long legs. Let me get him. He's just scooting around. Oh, nope. Never mind. He thought the coast was clear. It wasn't. I'm literally sitting up, propped up in my chair so he can, like, get in and out. So, yeah. I forget. I'm trying to think of, what do we used to call those? Not daddy long legs. We used to call them something else back when I was little. I don't know. Chime in if you know. I think daddy long legs, though, is the legit. And they're actually a spider, too. Who would have thought? I don't know if I have been prepared to be talking. I've had some sinus issues the past few weeks now, since we come back from vacation. And, yeah, I don't know. Maybe not. Anyway, the fact that his wife's death happened on the same day as Owen's death, just years apart, wild stuff. Sad neither parent came to the funeral of Jeff. That was definitely sad. Part 2. As good of a character as Karen has always played, I don't think it's character at all. She is a real-life Karen. And strange that she left one man during his struggles with Kurt, only to go to another in Jeff. Jeff Jarrett's always come across as likable, but to claim to love two people, like really love two people in his life, I just don't believe it. As controversial as that sounds, I don't. Did he actually love his wife and he loves Karen? I think he's lying about one of them. That's just my thing. Because can you really have more than one true love in life? As far as romantically? I don't know. Makes you wonder what Kurt thought about all of it, truly. It was a bad look, no doubt, what they say, but at the end of the day, it happened. If Kurt had actually moved on first, then maybe it is what it is. However, Karen really likes that F word, and as much sympathy as Jeff can muster up, I'm feeling less as this goes on. She gives off a bad impression, man. Was Dixie correct in everything, though? Obviously not. Of course, Corny and Russo's back and forth popped me. Part 3. Different side of Awesome Kong here. That's strange to see. I remember thinking at the time how weird and uncomfortable Dixie on air. The meeting was not too professional. I remember watching that, her meeting with the talent on air. Was Kong talking about Flair here, and why did he keep getting shown? It was interesting, talking about the old-timers coming in, saying they weren't doing things right. Thought it was dumb to get rid of the six-sided ring after so long, or maybe dumb to have one in the first place. I don't know. The head-to-head Monday was dumb, at least at that time, but still a part of history. Matt Hardy sounding well-spoken here, and every time D'Lo is on screen, I'm enamored in his dialogue, especially on the fly of the ass, right? The fly on the ass of a Rhino's remark. Gotta admit that Kurt and Jeff's storyline was a perfect one. Kudos to both for going along with it. However, I wouldn't say Kurt was like all gung-ho and fine, like Karen was trying to say. Then again, maybe. The fact Jeff Hardy was sent out to wrestle in the state he was in gives me secondhand embarrassment for Bischoff and D'Lo. I like both, but this was bad. Maybe just as embarrassing was going back and watching poor old Dixie begging Hulk, even for a storyline. Had no idea Toby Keith got involved or at least attempted to in TNA again. And do have to kind of agree with Corny about the TNA name being childish. I personally didn't really like it initially. However, no doubt it was memorable. I was happy to see it come back when it did. And we're almost done here, folks, just because of the nostalgia. I did watch the Necro Butcher, who I'd never heard of, and Samoa Joe. I watched their episode. I have never seen the match. I'm going to have to go back and watch the match, and I think it's in my watch list on YouTube. First time seeing Necros. I'm not a deathmatch guy, but man, this guy saying he felt good at feeling no pain in death matches because of how bad he was picked on in school, that really hit me hard for the poor guy. And that was really the thing that stood out in that one. Brutal match. And okay, so yeah, we're going to talk about Pro Wrestling Illustrated now, because I haven't really talked about them. And then I'm going to do the unboxings, and then we're going to call it a night. I know I reviewed the first issue I got, which was the Toni Storm issue. Had her on the cover. After that, I got, was it May, June? Okay. After that, I got this issue. I almost said episode. I don't know if I went over this one or not. I'm not going to go over it today. Just CM Punk. I think I just showed my address. That's okay. Is he the most controversial star in WWE? I don't know. Got that issue. That was the May issue. Got the MJF issue. AEW Generational Scumbag Demands Your Disrespect. Ethan Page, Wrestling Moms, Rain and Blood, and more. So there's that. I just didn't show these, and I wanted to show these on air. I don't really have anything to say about them. I'm a big advocate. I just renewed Pro Wrestling Illustrated for 3 years. So we're locked in, me and PWI. Maybe they'll share this, but PWI, we're locked in, y'all. And I just, something old school about sitting around reading magazines, man. I love it. I'm already on the newest issue. I've not finished it yet, so we're not going to talk about that one and this one. I think it's the September issue. Or is it the fall? I don't know. But I do have the summer issue we're going to talk about. This was the summer, and this was the super card. This, of course, went through all the big pay-per-views, WrestleMania, the Rebellion for TNA, Revolution AEW, and Global Wars for Ring of Honor and Maple Leaf Pro. So there's that one. And I'm going to talk a little bit about this one. Just really wanted to show you guys the covers. But some stuff that I found interesting in this one. How funny is it that Effie's move is called the Sack Rider? I had no idea. And this may be from all past 3 that I'm talking about here. Ain't it weird how, and I don't blame them, you know, how small the magazines are now. Like the XL edition has, how many pages? Like 90, yeah, like 96, 98. And the regular issues have like 82, I think. Yeah, 82. Back in the day, this right here would have been a deluxe issue by itself. All 3 of them combined, I feel like. But I've never had Pro Wrestling Illustrated. It's the last one, dude. It's the last one. Anyway, is Jordan Oliver actually an AEW, or was this a misprint? I don't even know. I remember him from Major League years ago. Cool to read about some of the guys from MLW and TNA that have dropped off the radar in ECWA, from Sam Beal to TJ Crawford to Ichiban. Of course, reading about those in ECWA. Cool to hear those names again. Fatu's favorite place to shop is the flea market. That's pretty interesting. I like that. Read about Francis Kuru here, and his entrance definitely comes out like a star. I watched him. He's someone to keep an eye on. And Slamtown Wrestling in Cali has a Slampionship. Why didn't I think of that? That's a good one. We'll talk more about the September issue. Yeah, it is the September issue next time. But anyway, a little catch up on PWI there. So, Yeah, I guess that's it. We're ready for the unboxing. I told you, it's a lot of talking here, y'all. A lot of talking. So let me turn back us on some music. Maybe some Phi 2. No, can't get to Phi 2. We'll try to get to Phi 2. I like Phi 2, man. I like the theme. Can you guess what Just have a little ad here, a little ad break. Nothing crazy. And I'll try to go fast on this, but yeah, comment your thoughts about everything wrestling-wise. And hopefully next month will be a little bit of a shorter episode. So anyway, let me get first with on vacation. I mentioned I went on vacation. I picked up a few new things. Let's go over those. My first ever. He's got a little more bends than I remember, but I think that was my fault. Not perfect shape, but Chad Gable seemingly finally getting some respect. My first ever Chad Gable figure. It is a main event series basic figure, but great likeness on him, dude. Look at that. Let me see. I don't know about the reflection. Chad Gable. This line also had Sheamus in it, interestingly enough. But yeah, I saw this. I don't think I'd ever even seen a Chad Gable figure. I didn't want the Americano figure. That's cool, but, you know, I'd much rather just wanted a Chad Gable figure. Found this one. I also found, was real happy about this thing. And I plan on potentially getting some more of these at some point. I know El Matador is on sale right now. I really like the Crush, but this was the main one I saw. I said yes. Bull Nakano. I remember how terrifying she was during my childhood. Very cool to see Bull Nakano. Sorry about the reflection there, guys. But Bull Nakano. There she is. That is a cool figure. And it's the first time in the line, too. Her at her Hall of Fame speech was just awesome. Build-A-Figure, Diamond Stud. I could almost have a Build-A-Figure, too, if I actually opened my figures. If I end up getting El Matador and Crush. I don't know about Triple H. But she's got old Razor's head in there with her. I just not realized that. So. Very cool. Very, very cool. Alright, I got another little gift here. Another little extra I'm going to throw in at the end. But I also got while I was out. So, just a couple things. Nothing crazy, just a couple things. Oh, yeah. Okay. Cool. Alright, almost forgot about that. I do have a Funko. Linkin Park? Sure, why not? We'll play Linkin Park, I don't care. I finally got this. It's a big boy box. Walmart. This was on sale, and I had eyeballed it. I kind of said I wasn't going to buy any more of these, but this was one I was like, dude, I got to. You know? So, here it is. This one, I would say, will probably end up getting open someday. Because I'm thinking my little dude will love this. It's the Money in the Bank ring. I had to. Let me turn down the music here just a little bit. We got a new champion. I just love the Money in the Bank concept. And I don't know. I had to. Count the pin. Cash in ring. It's got the ladders. It's got the little guy holding the briefcase. Box is in great shape. And I've seen this forever. I've almost got it a couple times. It looks like the box. Well, there's some little minor scuffs, but it's hard to really keep these in perfect shape. 40 plus sounds. So I think this was on sale. It was like $15 off on Walmart.com. I had to. We got a new champion. I don't know where I'm going to put it, but I had to get it. I had to. Come on, guys. I had to. All right. I'm going to go with the Funko next. This come in like right after I did my last episode. So, and I'm so happy to have this. The Bray Wyatt. What's the name of this match? It was this last match. I saw it live in person in San Antonio at Royal Rumble. Lights out. I don't know. Probably says it on here. I don't know. Oh, man. So cool. And I like it better in the form of... a Funko. Had to. Bray Wyatt. I don't know if it glows in the dark. I guess it doesn't. It doesn't say that. It kind of does. His beard looks like it does, actually. So if anybody's interested in the Ultimate Edition Bray Wyatt of the Lights Out, Black Light, Pitch Black match. That's what it was. Mountain Dew Pitch Black. So I never got to actually try it. So I was really happy to add Bray Wyatt into my collection. So that was a big one for me. Okay. This one I'm a little worried about. This is a Walmart one. I've had this for a while, and the box is crushed. I'm worried about this. I actually got this as a pre-order back probably at the beginning of the year. So if this is in bad shape, it's going to suck. But Walmart, these companies are normally good about, if it is in bad shape, I tell people all the time, like, they will compensate you, dude. They will. They will sometimes give you a full refund, especially if you're a collector. The way this box is, though, it might be okay. We'll see. Oh, no. It's crushed. Fudge. All right. Well, let me just inspect it. It's not terrible till you get on this side. It's definitely going to be something I'm going to contact them about because there's some bulges. Yokozuna, though, as E Honda. I've loved the Street Fighter series. This is my first and only Yokozuna figure. And, yeah, I'm definitely going to have to contact them. Look at that. That's just, I could tell with the way they sent the box. But I have had it for a little while. I'm going to have to get on that tomorrow. But I just love the design of these in the video game and the arcade. They remind me a lot of the Retro series that had Hacksaw, like the WrestleFest. Still want one of those machines big time. That's disappointing, but I kind of expected it, to be honest. So, all right. A little bit of an Edge theme here. Finally, we got the Target. This looks like it's in much better shape, and I sure hope so. I was saving the best for last. I have a couple of these guys coming. At least one. I already told you. It's well, I've not told you, but I'm hoping I'll get the Jake the Snake. I'm hoping. I was not lucky to get him on this go around, but I do have someone else coming. I think it's going to be here in October. I'm not going to spoil that. But, so if you got to Jake the Snake at a reasonable price. I think I have the original one of these, and he's missing his kilt. That should tell you. He's in good shape. Please be in good shape. He's not in bad shape. What does it say? Roddy Piper. I had this figure as a kid. I never had the kilt. That is so cool. I love this Superstars line. Easily my favorite line. I would almost like just sell my Rocks, sell my CM Punks, but I really like the ice cream fig CM Punks. I don't know. But the Rock, I'd probably sell my Rocks just to get the Rock Superstars figure.